Okay, new strategy about this channel. I'm gonna start recapping other channels, and I'll just put the name and the date and hit recap, and I'm just gonna be bringing up maybe one or two little items, not a whole lot. It's not gonna be a point for point. Uh, it, uh, and uh, and I might learn at some point in time how to stream and how to monetize. I don't really know how to do that. You have to like kind of know somebody to know somebody that tells you and gets you, like, to take steps to open up these doorways, and then after somebody helps me with it, then I'll be like, I don't know why I didn't ever just do it this way before, like I don't know why I didn't know, like just do it, like. But a lot of times it's like I'm waiting on one thing, to come before doing it myself. Doing it myself would mean I freed myself up with the time and resources to focus on it, or to get my mind on it, to contribute to it, and then do it. But I'm waiting for that. Like I'm gonna have to buy a car in order to take a driver's test from the DMV, because I can't rent a car, kind of thing. I I've already had two drivers schools, so I have twice the drivers training, but the last part is taking the test, and they charge you like they charge you more than the whole class. It's like to keep you, it's that last chance that they have to charge you. So that's the actual price, because I think it's like, oh, that's gouging, but all of them are gouging on that last day, like, because that's the last time they get to charge you. So it's not gouging. That's the real price, because then they don't have you anymore to charge you. So it's thinking and psychology went into the price. And not necessarily cheap or anything. I just don't understand if that's the play, because a car takes money. It doesn't contribute, or it's like saving. You don't get rich by saving. You get rich by making more money. And a car doesn't help you make money. It takes money. Unless you need it for something that can absorb, is where you make more doing it, then go ahead and get it. So either waiting for that reason, or waiting for the resources to free up time and money to buy a car to take a test. You know what I mean? That's like gonna keep me from ever learning. It's a trip. It's like for me to just really want a driver's license. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Never mind. I went off on a tangent. So to keep from going on these tangents, or to make the tangents that I go on direct their energy to more content creation or something, I'm gonna start doing recaps of things that were right on, because by talking to people that are right on the money, sometimes I can tell them something that they're not charged with the responsibility of having already been knew that, if the information is not need to be like toned down, because it's not for, like, some people, it wouldn't be for them to tell them, and trying to focus on that. Look at what happens to, like, the groypers have the kiss of death, the groypers. So sometime I'll be, if I just tell somebody they don't need to know, it can't help them. But because like, this is somebody, the groypers were trying to groom Rittenhouse before Rittenhouse was even famous. They're getting themselves in position to groom Kyle Rittenhouse, and now he's out there on his own, like on a limb, kind of look like, because nobody knows about that kind of aspect. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's like they go at, so they want to go at the masculine. So who's the masculine energy on No Jumper? And I'll tell you, it's like an attractive field. Like the masculinity of the most masculine person on No Jumper didn't resonate with something that that Nick Fuentes said, having to do with black people at airports and getting their hands chopped off. So he brought it up himself. So you can't see the imprint, and you can't see the handprint of the Groypers. You know what I mean? You can't see it. But Nick didn't have to have like a fucking real answer. He got cut off, or was distracted, or I don't know. But he didn't have to answer the question. It was like he was like looking around for the question and came up with it at the end of the segment, or something like that. And it's a trip because he's there looking, like he can smell it. He can smell the masculine energy, and knowing if even most people on that show doesn't have it, you know what I mean? And they're just trying to keep you from becoming passive assertive and keeping you from it. Even subconsciously, he's being controlled too. Nick Fuentes is being controlled too by his relationship with the Groypers and the Groypers. And they might be capable of being a jinx to the effect that they give you the touch of death, like that football player, or like Kevin Samuels. You'll find out more about them than I even tell you. The two. So that's why, another reason why I have to be choosy who, because then it's opening you up to a whole world that is not clearly defined as to who is Groypers yet. Because even my energy was kind of like, I thought I was supposed to be like that, and then it turned out that it was not actually meant for me to, like, that energy is not for me. Frequency, like, is not compatible. It turned out I'm not like that. It's different, you know what I mean? Like, I thought I was supposed to be like, you know, like kind of like the way that they are, like a Owen Benjamin or something like that, you know? Like at first you just like agree, like, you know, you can take like people say things that resonate with you. You could take points of light from anybody, and then when you find out what's wrong with them that they're trying to hide, the reason why they're not who they say they are, sometimes you still don't hate them as much as they thought you would hate them for it. Yeah. And so they're controlled by that shit. And that's why the energy is dangerous, and it's got the touch of death. I'm not trying to say that those people need to be laying death at their feet and saying it's their fault, when you should know. Or if you're at a perspective vantage to know, then treat that perspective vantage point like the value that it has to contribute to a platform position. Just, you know, and then there's still going to be somebody that knows that you see, and is knowing that you're waking up to it, as they maybe even have the same insights that they know that you're developing the same insights they already have. And you're not going to be affected by it the same way. It's going to put you in opposition, and you're trying to preemptively and trying to go out in advance. And it's like they're bad luck. They're just bad luck. So it's like there's not anybody who can put out a hit that savage and fucking put out a hit on different people and touch all, and 10 different people dies, and they can, like in Heisenberg or something like that, like fucking putting out a hit on 10 different people and they all died. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck? Like, that's some seriously knows how to get down shit. And it isn't that more than it's like a calamity, a train wreck calamity of energy, like in the ice bucket challenge. How all those people that took the ice bucket challenge, a lot of them died, like, and it was an freak accidents that involved ice cubes. Give me the fucking break. Give me a fucking break right now. Fucking drowning in 2 inches of fucking water type shit. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm asking a fucking camera. That's me.